Hi, I'm Daryl. Welcome to my shop. Today I was working on a couple of little projects involving small spindle work, and I realized that I could use a few more lathe chisels. Years ago, when I was given the first lathe by a buddy of mine, he also gave me a set of Craftsman old chisels. And they're okay. The one problem that I had with it is that the handles it's really short and it's hard to get, hard to get a real good grip on the tools when you're doing work at the lathe. This right here is one of the original handles, and these are the cutting tools. And basically, these cutting tools fit into a recess, friction fit, into the handle of the tool. So these are very short, and you can see with my other full-size tools that the handles are quite a bit larger in comparison. So I kind of like this size better, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make some handles like this for these cutting tools. Here's one that I've already made, or actually two of the handles I've already made. Been experimenting with the shape. I think I kind of like this one better. This one, it's okay, but I do like the way it came out. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to make another one. I'll show you guys how. Alright, so to start, you're going to need a square blank. Most of mine, the ones that I use, are about 1.5 inches. This one's a little bigger. It's around 1 3/4 inches square. Alright, to get started, you just need something to mark your corners. You could just as easily take a ruler and go from corner to corner and make a little X in the middle to mark your center. I have this handy tool here that I got for a couple of dollars at a local woodworking store, and you just line it up by the corners, and you can go ahead and mark out your center point by making a couple of marks, which will result in an X, which is going to be really hard to see on this material because it's so dark. Then once you have that, you're going to set your drive spur with a hammer. Now, into the handle end of the project, into the handle end of the blank. So this is going to be our handle end. So here we go. Just set it on there. Use your center mark. Put the point to it and hammer it in there. You just want to get a good bite from the teeth, and then we're going to take this over to the lathe. For this operation, we're going to be using one of these deals right here. It's basically a Morse taper shaft, and on the end of that is your standard garden variety drill chuck, and I've inserted in that an appropriate sized drill bit. And because the tangs on my tools are flat and basically the same as what you find on a file, you have to drill the hole a little bit undersized, and we're going to set it with force using a hammer. So I got my drill bit here. I'm going to go ahead and check to make sure that I'm going to be drilling the hole deep enough. So easiest way to do that, I find, is to take a caliper, and I don't know if you've ever noticed it before, but when you open up the caliper, at the bottom you get this stick out here that you can use to measure the depth of things. And we don't really need a measurement per se, we just need something, a reference point. So we're going to see how deep that hole is and make sure that we have enough of our bit protruding out to arrive at the proper depth. We're going to go ahead and insert our drill chuck into the tailstock over here, and then we will insert the drive spur into the headstock and bring this down. And once we have our have the drive spur in the headstock. And then we can bring the point. I'm using a brad point drill bit here. I'm not sure that it's absolutely necessary, but it is nice to have something that can accurately pinpoint center. So we're just going to bring this over. We're going to set that at the center. Oops. And lock it down. I set this on the lowest speed I can. Make sure everything's nice and tight. And then we're going to turn the lathe on. And this piece is going to spin and the drill bit is going to stay stationary. And we're going to advance it into the material. First order of business is to get our blank round. So this copper union for copper pipe for your house is what we're going to be using for our ferrule. So I'm going to take the calipers again, and I'm going to get a measurement of what the inside diameter of our ferrule piece is going to be. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm going to lock that in, and I'm going to use that to establish our tenon on the end. Okay. I'm going to switch back to my easy wood tool, rougher, because it has a nice square end on it, which will help out with making a nice tenon. So that's what we're going to do. I know it might seem like I'm turning the lathe on and off a lot, but this isn't the place to get greedy, you know. You get too anxious and you cut off too much and you can't go backwards. So you want to take your time and get a good tight fit on your tenon. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take this off the lathe. And put our ferrule on. Okay, I've gone ahead and press fit my ferrule onto the piece. Now, in the past, I've cut this ferrule in half because you really only need half of it for the tool. I cut it in half with a hacksaw, which proved to be a real pain in the butt. So I think this way is going to work better. I'm go ahead and set it on the pipe so I have something to keep it from spinning on me with, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this pipe cutter right here. Let's see, let's get it set up here. Alright, this way is much easier. So, oops, have to be a little less aggressive, I guess. Okay. Another benefit of this is it gives you a nice clean edge versus the jagged edge I got with the saw. Ooh, there you go. Now that we got our ferrule in place, go ahead and place this back on your drive spur. You want to use the centered indentation and then just spin it until the teeth catch, and then bring your tailstock back up, tighten her up, make sure you batten down all the hatches, and back at it. time for my favorite part. I'm going to be using a little friction finish formula here that I found on the YouTube. I'll have to look and see who I have to credit with this, but I think it was Rick Turns. But it's equal parts linseed oil, shellac, and denatured alcohol, and it's called a friction finish, and it goes on quick, and it goes on nice and quick, and dries instantly. So it's a winner all around. So apparently I had a couple of mishaps with the GoPro camera there towards the end of the video. Really can't blame it on the camera. I forgot to hit record while I was setting the tool. So I went ahead and shot some footage of me setting a second tool, and you can see me in the video mumbling about the fact that I forgot, but thankfully I went ahead and muted out the audio. So either way, here is the final tool here. I think it come out pretty nice. I'm not real sure about the shape. I may go back and retouch it. I think this part through here is just a little bit thicker than I'd like, but all in all, pretty nice. I even like these little knots, and I guess it's a little bit of a bark inclusion going on right there. I kind of like it. You wouldn't see that in a piece that you bought commercially along with this here knot hole. So you know, definitely looks homemade. I really enjoyed it. This is the first time I'm using wire to burn lines into my spindles. So all in all, I'm pretty pleased. The friction polish came out awesome. I'm not sure how well this is going to translate to video, but it does look pretty good. So anyway, as usual, if you like the video, be sure to click the thumbs up button down here below, and subscribe so you can keep track of all the awesome things that are happening in Dreadnought Woodshop. Yeah, so thanks for watching my video, and have a good day.